This thing has been taken apart for way too long, so today I'm going to attempt to put it back together so that hopefully we can drive around with. I know the bumperless R8s look cool, but this just, it looks incomplete to me. A couple videos back we threw on the new Valvetronic F1 exhaust for the R8s and Huracans. It sounds insane. Mine specifically is absolute insanity because it has the craziest pop and bang tune. Unfortunately, the clamps just cannot hold it. So as you guys saw if you watched the video, the pipes kept falling off every time that it would do one of the big like 5-foot fireballs out the back. So my options were turn the fireballs and crack and bangs down or just get new clamps. So obviously I was gonna get new clamps, and that was the most complicated process ever, dude. I ordered them on the 5th. Today's the 21st. So took a second. I also paid for overnight shipping, so I'm not sure where the miscommunication was there, but here are our new clamps. They're APR, a lot more hefty than the ones that are currently on there. I think I'm all in like $110 to these clamps. So I hope they work. I hope that it fits. And the plan really is to throw these things on, see if it holds. I'll go out on a quick drive, and if it does, I'll go ahead and reassemble the car best I can. Really didn't want it to be this long in between putting the exhaust on and putting the bumper back on, because you forget where things go, and the process of getting the new exhaust on is quite the hefty job. So to get it done, taken apart, put back together as fast as humanly possible so that no steps got skipped. But gotta do what you gotta do, and we got the clamps, so let's go ahead and get this thing knocked out. I went ahead and got one of the pipes off. Here is the old clamp there on the left, and the new one there on the right. Same size, and I mean, I'm no clamp expert. This is just what they told me to get, so that's what I did. And I got that clamp on, put the pipe back on, pretty straightforward. So I'm gonna tighten this up, do the same thing over here to the other side, and then take this thing for a drive, because again, I don't want to put it all back together and then it just keep falling off. So we're gonna make sure everything good and that it works. If not, I think my next plan of attack, just trying to pre-plan, is get a welder. Not like me, you know, get an actual welding machine. I could never do that. But a welder, a person that can weld, and set it up for V-bands. That's what I was told would 100% work. So if this doesn't, that's the next plan of attack. Okay, I've got this thing bolted up pretty tight as I can get it. So I'm gonna start it up, let it warm up, probably rev the piss out of it so that I can get the pops, the bangs, take it out for a drive, make it do the most obnoxious pops and bangs I can think of, make sure nothing moved, and if we're good, make sure everything's lined up, and throw the bumper back on. Nothing's moving. Everything seems to be a lot more stable, I guess, than it was before. Beforehand, I could, like, if I tried hard, move the pipes. I couldn't move the pipes, so I think and hope that we're good. To feel the accomplishment of getting all of it done in one day. We were so close. If we would have had the clamps and that wouldn't, like, there was no issue, we would have been fine, which I guess I feel like that's every situation. Yeah, if it would have gone to plan, I wouldn't have needed to take as long. If I had the clamp and it held, I think we could have gotten it done in one day. And I would have felt pretty accomplished, because all the videos I was looking up was like, bring it to a shop, this is super complicated. And dude, me, if you watch this page, you know I am not mechanically inclined. This is the most I've ever taken a car apart, and I don't even know where I found the confidence to do it. That's another reason I wish I got it done in one day, because that confidence came and went. So I finally got to operating temp, so we're gonna rev this thing. I need to be obnoxious. I need to try and make them fall off. I need to attempt to get them to fall off. If they don't, we're good. And then I'll also go out on a little drive. But last time it fell off the first time we revved it because the clamp didn't hold it. So we'll see. See if they stood on. Clamps are still there, pipes are still there. So I'm gonna put it in, there's certain modes. I can make it not pop and bang, but if I put it in performance and let it ride up a little bit, around 3,000 RPM is when it does it. So I'm gonna do that over and over and over and over and over and over and over. And even if it doesn't fall off, I'm still gonna go see if it's moved, adjusted ever so slightly, so that I know over time, as the car is doing its pops and bangs, because I know me, I'm gonna go to a car meet, I'm gonna show everybody. I really just wanna make sure it's not gonna fall off. you're doing it though. Dude, keep going. Be obnoxious. Not in front of that cop, though. Not in front of that cop. Thank you for behaving. All right, now get back to it. Come on, do it again. Yeah, do it again. No pipes on the ground, so we're good. Oh my God, I'm getting 5 miles per gallon. Sounds nuts. Dude, that turned this into a completely new car. I don't know if the mic's picking it up, but wow. All right, made it back home. Let's see if anything shifted, moved, came loose. I think we'll be good, to be honest with you. I got good feeling about this one. I think anything shifted. I think did this move back? See, I wish I took this clip before so I knew if that shifted. There's only one hanger in use with the exhaust. It doesn't use both like the previous exhaust, so I think it may shift backwards whenever the pops and bangs go. Dude, I think we're good. I'm gonna let it cool off. I'm gonna make sure everything is in the right place and fits right on the bumper, and then tighten everything down as hard as humanly possible. Throw this thing back. Oh my Lord. I definitely just did that without a license plate. Yeah, I mean, I probably would have gotten in trouble either way if I were to get pulled over, right? All right, we ended up bringing this party inside where we got some air conditioning. G, do you like the work conditions in here more or out there?
In here.
I know your day job, you work outside, so I figured you'd just want to be more at home.
Yeah, but you know, you got a little fan right there to just hold it up.
Now we need to test fit the bumper just to make sure that everything lines up, and then do the fun part of we did not organize any of the bolts and have no clue where they all go. Nope. That was really smart of us, wasn't it?
What
the fuck's missing here? We're either in front of this thing?
No, I think it needs to be behind it.
Alright, G, what do you think about putting this thing back together? Is it more fun than taking it apart?
Let's just have no bumper, man.
Absolutely not. Not until there's twin turbos.
We can't find how to put it back in. We don't know where the bolts are. The bumper, which is supposed to be the easiest thing, is not even going back into place. No.
Yeah, right now we can't get the little back part to clip in, so we're gonna remove the tail light to try and get it to clip in, then put the tail light back in, but it is just not clipping in. All right, finally got fitment good on the bumper. So now we are going to work backwards. We need to do the trim piece, which we got right here. Trim piece, or no, wing first, then trim piece, then we're good. Wheels are off, liner, other liner on the bottom, and that's it. We're pretty much done.
Oh yeah, like 30 minutes.
All we gotta do is just put the stuff back on.
Don't worry about the bolt.
There may or may not be a strip bolt, but I'm not 100% on that. I'm like 40.
That's like, it scares me, dude. Yeah.
Didn't it start to look like a car again?
Dude. When we like finish the car, didn't you say that?
When you look at it from the right angles, it's pretty much done. If you look at it from right here, it's done.
Oh, good.
There's really not much of it that's visible from the back. All right, wing secured back in. We now have to take the trim pieces right here back off. We had them on to drive and be able to close that. That's what we need to put this little section right here back on, and then we can put those back on, and then we just need to do the wheel liners and we're good. Luckily, the whole heat shield aspect of things is now gone. The heat shield was a lot of torque spits, so that's nice that we don't have to do that again. We should leave with some extra bolts.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Definitely from the heat shield, not from not using them elsewhere.
No, heat shield.
Nice, good stuff. All right, G, other side.
All right, wait. Can you record how it is so we know how to go back in it?
Yeah, what do we do?
All right,
explain to future
over.
G and Parker when we got to take this apart again.
Okay. Future us.
Hope you're doing good.
Hope you're doing good. Hopefully you haven't broken anything yet. This goes over this piece. So, over, all over.
Good job. Future Parker and G. Okay, now's the part. It wasn't necessarily hard to do, but there's 8.
Yeah, it wasn't hard because you made me do it.
No. Check back on the video.
Yeah, I fucking did it.
All these million Torx bits, and I was laying under there doing the diffuser. Yeah. But that's the part we gotta do now. I gotta put all the liners back in. It's also kind of a cool little thing. A lot of people think that these side vents are just a cosmetic thing. The top one, it is, that's not functional. The bottom one though, is functional. Once you have the wheel off and the liners out, you can see this little pipe that goes all the way up to the front. So that vent right there goes all the way back up over here into the air box. So pretty cool. All right, wheels going back on. We still got to do this little trim piece right here, but it's kind of up high right now, so we're putting the wheels back on so that we can drop it down and not have to be on our tippy toes to work on it. All right, G, this is the moment of focus. We got a carbon barrel, some carbon ceramics. So if you hit the two together, it's very expensive.
So hit it everywhere I can.
Yeah, smash it. And we are assembled. We just got to tighten these little pieces down, and then we're good. See, that wasn't so bad.
How do we always work on your car and my hands come turn out like this and your hands don't? Wow, you just rubbed it on the wheel.
Come on now. Final piece of the puzzle. Fun fact, it's a $2,000 option for the carbon. Kind of wild. I would not pay that. I'm glad the previous owner did. All right, let me make sure I get this right. I don't think I'm getting this right. Oh. Let's drive it.
And as y'all can see, it's all done now. It is dirty, you know.
Yeah, I know a guy that has a detailing company.
Yeah, hit him up, because the car's kind of dirty.
Little child Parker that just wants to be like Iron Man is probably kicking and screaming right now at football practice. Little do you know, bud, eventually you'll be a crippling debt. But it's fun. No lights on the dash?
Nope.
That's a first. Oh, it fell off. What? All right, fellas, she's driving. Only one downside so far. I don't know if I mentioned this in the video when we first put it on. After the first really big pop and bang, threw a check engine light for a misfire. And surely enough, it just did one big pop and bang. And I've got a check engine light for the friggin' misfire, so. He did say it can cause that. I don't necessarily know how bad that is. The car still drives fine. There's no noticeable difference or anything. It's literally only when it does the really big bang and shoots a fireball at the back. And it's rare that it does it. So it is what it is. I will get with the tuner, but either way, the car's driving so far. The exhaust hasn't fallen off. I'm about to drive to the rest of the way to the shop. And if it's still on there when I get there, W. This exhaust above like 7,000 RPM is crazy. I should probably get some gas too. I have 15 miles still empty. God, I love it. It sounds so good, dude. Valvetronic, you cooked. You cooked. I'm so happy. Finally having this thing back together, dude. I did not like seeing it like that. I hated seeing it like that. If it had twin turbos, cool, but it didn't, dude. It didn't. If you're gonna have no bumper, unpopular opinion. Actually, it's a pretty popular opinion. You get the no bumper look, like you're allowed to do that when you have twins. That's pretty much the only time you can do that. You can rock it when you swap the exhaust just for a second to see it, but like permanently, yeah, come on. Damn, well, everything was going well. I just took a buddy on a ride. The exhaust is pushing backwards against the fender liner. And you see all the water here? That's because it was smoking. I pulled this thing inside just where it was earlier today. I don't know if you can see at the angle. Let me grab my flashlight. You can see the exhaust coming through. I was literally on fire. I had to hit it with a hose. You can smell it from behind us?
Yeah, that thing's fucking bad.
Not good. So I don't know if we're just gonna take the liner out, but I got a fire suppression system for it, but not for the wheel liner. So I really don't want to take this thing apart again. I don't think we'll need to. Probably just run no liner, but that still sucks. I'm not gonna lie. May just need to kind of tone down the pops and bangs. Do you think the pops and bangs were too much, Lucky?
Don't give me okay.
I think they were a little much. So maybe we'll need to tone that down. I think that's what may be causing our issue, making it move so much. I don't know. A little upset. I wish I would have seen that before putting the car back together, though. You know what, though? I'm kind of okay with it because it was, you know, it was me that did it. So it was a big job, and if that's the one thing that went wrong, okay. My first time really working on this thing, really first few times I've worked on a car, and truth is, from what I've learned, I know a lot of people don't show it on the internet, but it is not all rainbows and butterflies. A lot of times stuff goes wrong, and most of the time people just leave that out of the video. So something went wrong. I messed up. Maybe I did not move the exhaust far up enough or something like that. I was trying to keep it away from the tire, but I didn't think about the fender liner. Me being dumb. I definitely didn't plan for it to catch on fire, but I'm glad at least somebody saw it. And like I said, I got out of the car and he was like, yo, something's smoking, something's burning. So I'm glad I had somebody with me because, to be honest, I probably would have just been dumb and walked away. Yeah, I'm either A, just gonna take that liner out, or B, wait for a time where I can take it apart enough to try and, you know, fix it the correct way. A lot of the videos that I've seen of people, a lot of people, when they take these apart, they don't even put the liners back in. I was just trying to put it back the way that it was, but yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. This thing has been a hassle to work on, but I like it. I like working on my own stuff. It's kind of cool, very different. If you guys have watched me from the beginning, that's not really something I do. So this is new for me, bound to make mistakes. Maybe next time not make it on my most expensive car. So that is gonna do it for this one. Hope you guys enjoyed. See you in the next one. Peace.